Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I'm here with a review for Skinny and Franko Fists of Violence. Now this is a sequel to a game that came out about 28 years ago, I believe, on the Amiga. Now that game was called Franko the Crazy Revenge, and this game is a follow-up to that game. It's been coming a long time from what I can see. It was originally crowdfunded and then it changed hands and it's now finally here. Developed by Blue Sunset Games and published by Console Labs, who were kind enough to send us a copy for this review. So big thank you to them for that. Now, basically, you play as either Skinny or Franko, and they basically go back to Poland to get their old friend out of trouble. And basically, it's a brutal 2D beat 'em up game. So, and obviously, it was designed by the original creator, who obviously did Franko, The Crazy Revenge, and he also did Doman, Sins of Ardan, apparently. And obviously, these were semi-popular on the Amiga and sort of PC, MS-DOS sort of period. Imagine Streets of Rage, but lots more blood, lots more violence, a lot more set in a realistic setting, and that's what you get here. Now, the game, as you can see, features a unique sort of hand-drawn style to it, and literally everything's been drawn. Over 30k frames of animations have been done. All of the characters are hand drawn and animated in a unique style. The game features over 80 different enemies to fight, and they're not reskins. Not like in Streets of Rage, you'd have them, and then suddenly on the next stage there'd be red versions and then green versions. Well, these are all different, all unique, and as with Streets of Rage, you can use weapons, and there are over 50 different weapons and special attacks that you're able to use to beat your enemies. Now, there's stuff like there's bottles, there's bits of wood. You can destroy bits of the environment and pick them up and use them as weapons and stuff like that. There's a lot to do. You can get cones and buckets and stick them on people's heads and hit them with them and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a very violent, as you can see on the screen, game. Now, the game takes place over 8 separate stages, and there are extra stages, some secret locations, and a few bonus levels thrown in as well, but there are 8 stages to the main game. It can be played in local co-op with up to 2 people as well, so you can both have a play and fight together. Now, the game features tons of crude humor as such, and a lot of bad language. There's also some very weird insults that you throw at people. I assume they're Polish insults, but it definitely feels a bit sort of stilted in how it's translated, which kind of adds to the humor of it. I suppose you laugh at it when you probably shouldn't. But yeah, it's pretty good. Like I say, the main game, like I say, you get the 8 levels to fight through different stages. There then are like boss fights at the end of the stages, which vary between all sorts of stuff, including like the first stage, you basically end up fighting like a policeman, and that's quite a cool fight. There are loads of different sort of attacks you can do. You've got like your running and jumping attacks. You can do your grabs and throws, and also the environments are very detailed. And as well, there's always stuff going on in the background. There's things moving. They're animated. You can, like I say before, you can interact with some of the environments to break them to use as weapons, which is cool. Now, the game isn't perfect. It is a bit clunky and a bit repetitive as you go, and sometimes like you'll be waiting an age for people to get up. As you can see on the screen, like you'll hit them with something and they'll just lay down for forever. Now, you can do like a stomp attack, so you can like stomp on them when they're down, but that's a bit hit and miss whether it actually works. So you'll go into the same place and push a button, it'll do nothing, and then the next time it will, which is slightly annoying because you end up having to just wait for them to stand back up to just finish them off. Other than that, like I say, it has the core mechanics of like a side-scrolling 2D beat 'em up game. It looks really cool and unique. And like I say, it does have the extra levels where you've got like driving and shooting sections and stuff like that thrown in for good measure. Now, the game is playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. I played it on an Xbox Series X, and it's also available on PC and other systems as well. It's Xbox One X enhanced with 4K resolution, and the game is priced at £15.74. So if you like old school games, hey, you might even be a fan of the original Franko, The Crazy Revenge, which honestly I'd never ever heard of, but I looked into it when I was doing this review. It was sort of designed in the sort of the vein of Final Fight, but a bit more violent, basically. So it is one of those sort of cult games. So it is cool that a game has finally come out, and there is a sequel. So check it out, give it a play. They've done an alright job. It's not perfect. There are some like niggles, like I've said, slow sort of enemy rises and odd things not working when like they should when you click on them. But all in all, it's a bloody, pun intended, good time. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more content. Bye for now.